Hi there, it's Chef Farouj and welcome back. I want to talk to you about menus this time. I did everything I could to make sure I give you variety. I'll give you as much nutritional intake as I could, as many different options as I could, and so that you're not getting bored with eating the same things, or you're not just stuck eating the same things again and again. Now, for some people, the recipes, the menus, the shopping list might feel all overwhelming. Definitely that was not the intention. It all depends on your experience. Again, this is designed for the masses. If you are someone fairly savvy in the kitchen, it might be just a piece of cake. If you're just starting, it might seem fairly overwhelming, but don't give up. I would highly suggest that you follow the recipes on whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They're all designed so that you have enough fat, enough protein, and enough vegetables. This will help you feel better, fuller, longer, and get the right amount of nutrients that you need in order for you to lose the weight and even reset your hormones and send the right signals to your body, preventing you from breaking down into muscle mass, but also tapping into the fat mass that you have. So stick with it. Initially, it might feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing so many different things, or it's taking me half an hour to make a shake. Again, like I said, that's the initial thing, but once you get used to it, you might decide, you know what, I'm fine with the good old shake with a handful of greens of whatever I have in the fridge that day, with some, tablespoon of butter, nut butter, with a little bit of butter if you like, grass-fed as long as it's grass-fed, my protein shake, and my coconut milk or almond milk, whatever milk you're using. That will be perfectly fine. Again, as long as you have some fat, some fiber, and protein, you're fine. If you are someone who gets bored very quickly or doesn't like to eat the same thing over and over, you have the recipes, something different every day. Okay? Do you have to do everything every day or something different every day? Not necessarily, as long as you have the portions figured out. Same thing with lunch. I've chosen to do mostly salads for lunch, taking into consideration that most of you probably are working and may not have access to a kitchen to heat something up. I definitely wouldn't want you to heat up fish in the microwave or anything in the microwave for that matter. But figured salad is easier to do, or if you go out for lunch or it's a meeting or it's whatever it is, it's much easier to get a salad with some protein and some fat than it is a full meal and stick to your program. Okay, especially if you're on the go. I've heard a lot from people in the past why I got tired of eating salad. I personally don't understand that, quite frankly, because I crave salads and I'm not vegetarian, but I like a bowl of salad and I eat more than most people do. But by all means, if you so choose to, hey, I would rather have an entree or salmon and vegetables for salad for lunch, hey, be my guest. That's totally fine. Another option for you might be using or cooking double portions or 4 portions, if you so choose, of the entrees, any entree for that matter, from the dinner menu, and using the leftovers next day. That's totally fine. If you are someone who doesn't mind eating cold, or you have access to a stove or an oven or a toaster oven, hey, by all means, go for the entree at lunchtime. Doesn't make a difference as long as you are sticking to the right portions, okay? You want to have a double size of vegetables, regardless if you're cooking it or you're out on a meeting or you're traveling or whatever it is, at a restaurant or whatever it is. Just basically understand the basics of like, and you need to have some fiber, some vegetables or salad. You need to have a good amount of protein and some fat. That fat could come from avocado, it could be some eggs, it could be chia seeds, it could be the salmon or the fish that you're putting on that. There is of course a little bit of olive oil or the dressings that you're using. So again, if you're traveling, you want to stick to the program, you could definitely stick to the concept of protein, fat, and fiber, and you could order whatever you want. Don't be afraid of having your vegetables sauteed with some butter or some olive oil and garlic or whatever seasonings, provided there's no gluten in them or dairy besides the butter that's grass-fed, okay, or coconut oil. Again, the more you have, the more fat, the better for you. You definitely want to avoid all the vegetable fats. So if you're in a restaurant, try to make sure it's olive oil or butter. Another thing is, if your schedule is different than most people's, what you could do, you could anytime actually use a shake instead of the meals. Now, would I tell you to go have 3 meals of shakes? No. But definitely, if you have to, I would rather you do that than skip a meal or eat something that's going to sabotage your journey. Okay? So if you are headed from a meeting to meeting and you don't have time and you know you're going to have to go to, I don't know, another dinner meeting or a company meeting or a company dinner, you're not sure if there's going to be food for you, make a shake. Have a shake. All right? At least I'll cover that part of it. Okay? So you could replace the meals. Worst comes to worst, you're out of nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, there's nothing. Guess what? You could do a hamburger patty with some avocado, add some veggies to it, whatever kind of veggies you could have, add a couple eggs to it, you got a meal. You got everything covered, you got all the bases covered. Alright? So there's many ways of doing it. Just don't give up. Don't sabotage it because you are in a company or you are somewhere else that you can't. Just plan ahead, do some homework. Worst comes to worst, stick to the basics. You can do chicken breast with some vegetables and you're set. Maybe an avocado on top of it or an egg. Alright? So again, stick to the basics, the 3, and then you're pretty much set to go. You could mix and match as you want. I give you more options in the menus. You could choose whichever you want. But as long as you are sticking with the program. It's going to be very important also to do reset days. I'll shoot another video for that. But stick to the reset days. Okay? And that's very important. We don't want your body to get used to it. But as far as meals, follow the recipes as much as you can. I try to use things over and over so you're not having too many leftovers. And if it comes to a day where you have leftovers, let's say, make your own little thing. Use the leftovers. You could use them in the shakes, you could use them with the eggs, scrambled eggs or frittata, whatever, just mix it up. Be creative. Give yourself permission to play with it a little bit. What's the worst going to happen? Might not taste as great, but guess what? You got everything you needed. That's the point of it. Okay? So go out there and play with the recipes, experiment, and have fun and enjoy it. I'll talk to you next time. Ciao.